page 97 really slaps. Welcome to Voice of the Fat Mantis. You're watching my review and breakdown of Season 1 of Severance, only on Apple TV+. This psychological thriller, science fiction, sometimes bordering on horror show has such amazing talent, I don't even know where to begin with this analysis. Because it has the likes of John Turturro, Christopher Walken, Ben Stiller, and my man Adam Scott, who, I gotta say, he must have a great agent because I have never seen him in anything bad. Everything he ever works on is gold. I've never seen a show so deliberately use concepts such as color, camera work, a ton of Easter eggs. If you're one of these Easter egg hunters, this is the show for you. This is a masterclass in how to do a thriller and how to keep you on the edge of your seat. This is an amazing show. Now, it takes place in a science fictional world that is either a parallel history or the future. Before I get into that, I urge you to like, share, and subscribe over here on the Voice of the Fat Mantis. If you like seeing these types of reviews, analysis of all the best sci-fi, and other such things, I'm here for you. All you got to do is click that button. Now, moving back into this. So it's like in a long episode of Black Mirror, an alternate reality where you would have your memories severed. The concept is when you go to work, you forget who you are and everything about your personal life. You're a better employee because you're never distracted about the fight you had with your girlfriend, the issues you have with your kids, because you only have one existence, and that is existence to work. As soon as you leave work, you completely forget your day. And that creates, or the belief is, a higher standard of happiness for humans in America if they don't remember their day at work. Now, let's face it, for a large majority of the working people, this is a benefit. I think anytime I've ever worked retail or anything like that, I can't wait to get out of there. And I think a lot of people would actually do this procedure. That's the scariest part of it. This show's main thesis is an anti-work one. This is an ode to everyone who's worked in a cubicle and hated it, anyone who's rather be playing music with their band than doing whatever retail or nonsense they're doing, anyone who's never liked the cog that they have found themselves being in the vicious machine of capitalism. Oh, and anyone who has a grudge against capitalism in general is gonna love this. This is a shout out to you. It also serves in a corporate setting as a non-disclosure thing. You don't have corporate secrets because you don't remember any. The great mystery, what is he doing at work? And is what he's doing at work nefarious? It's a fascinating take. And I gotta say, by the time they hit the final episode of the season, it was one of the most breathtaking and finales I've ever seen. I give it an A+. Now we are going to be getting into spoiler territory, so if you don't want spoilers for this amazing show, and you probably don't, if you haven't seen it, you've really made a wrong turn in life, but it's alright, you can correct that. Go to Apple TV Plus or wherever you do your viewing, and go watch the show. Come back here, we'll talk about all the theory crafting that needs to be done, because there is a lot to discuss. Alright, I'd like to share some facts with you about your Audi. Because your Audi is an exemplary person, you should find these facts quite pleasing. Your Audi is courageous. Your Audi is quite fond of wrapping paper and has many reams of it. Your Audi is kind to animals, insects, and imaginary friends. Your Audi once dressed up like a sea urchin for a commercial holiday. The basic plot of the story, as it would seem to unfold, is that an evil corporation that is essentially a cult, like a lot of corporations are, this is almost like Apple or Disney or Theranos, as we just saw in The Dropout, had a fanatically insane cult leader who founded them back in the 20s or 30s, and he believed that he had gained an enlightenment and gained this great knowledge of the world, and he wants to share it with him. And somehow this concept of severing people's memories, creating two different personalities, falls into like part of the evil master scheme that is going to do that. Some have theorized that they're trying to conquer death, as there have actually been references in there. In episode 2, Milchek even says, we need to remember that people on the outside die. Not here, not at Lumen. No, death does not come here. Almost implying that the company is trying to shield itself from death. Other people believe that the work that they're doing out there is trying to create psychic power. How? It's not quite understood, because even the workers don't even know what they're working on. It's all such a crazy coded thing. And this concept of the four tempers, this cult-like mentality, it's next level. And it's possible that we just don't have enough clues to fully understand. We are going to have to start theory crafting, and we're going to take this by each character. Mark Scout. In real life, he is sad, dark, and depressed, which is why the outside setting of the corporate world, when he's out and about, it's scarcely populated. It's often raining or night. It's dark. It's gloomy. It's very lonely, and it creates a feeling of dread. I don't like the scenes when he's not at work. It makes me very unhappy, and that mirrors the inner of Mark. Because Mark is super depressed, which is why he allowed himself to take a job requiring being severed. He only wants to be awake for half his day because he lost, unfortunately, his wife. His wife has died. Some dive into a bottle of liquor, others get severed. Okay, that's an answer. When he's in the office, well-lit, nice-looking place in the entire series, he is very pleasant. It's possible that that's his real personality, the happy, jolly manager who's happy to be there. He finds it pleasant to be at work. But we can't discuss everything that's going on with Mark unless we discuss what's going on with his wife. Your Audi has not missed garbage collection day in over 3 years. Your Audi believes the Earth is flat and that the moon is a projection created by the bat signal. Your Audi believes ketchup is a vegetable and puts it on everything, even pasta. I'm sorry. Please try to enjoy each fact equally and show no preference over one fact or another. 10 points off. You have 90 points remaining. Is later on revealed halfway through the story. Their human resources agent, Miss Casey, was his wife and is indeed not dead, but apparently in the office also severed. There is a theory believing that she doesn't actually have severed personality, or she lives in the building, possibly in some sub-basement. But how he's going to save his wife, we don't know. But I will say this. However, he's going to want to go back. He's going to have to go back to work. And why? Even if he gets punished. Why would he do this? Because he has to save his wife. And if his wife is down there in this hellish world, he's going to have to go down there. Our next and very important character, Helly Riggs, really Helena Egan. It's one of those situations where the father wanted her working at the company to prove how awesome it is. Simply saying, I don't abuse my employees. I love them and treat them so well. I'd even let my daughter do it. Originally when the theories that she might be an Egan erupted, I thought she was going to be a cousin Greg situation. No, she's straight up the daughter and the heir to the empire. She will eventually inherit the CEO-ness of it, if that's a word. Then the inside, she is the most against it possible. She even tried to take her own life rather than continue to live in the hell. Notice her name? See what they did there? Then maintain the hell that she lives there. The most conflicted person in the story. I think it's also interesting. She has a crush on her boss and she kissed him. I gotta say, I kind of smiled at that part. I know I'm cheesy. And so here is our unsung hero, Dylan. Now, I really love that the overtime contingency requires that 2 different people turn a knob and hold it. So it limits exactly how long you can practically have these people wake up on the outside world. And here we take the guy who's hard to like dude, and he's the one sacrificing himself, arms outstretched, doing the ballerina yoga thing, the true act of heroism. All we know is that Dylan had a kid. He was in a closet, and there was a kid who ran in. He only thinks that's his son because he asked Milchek that. The truth is, out of all the characters, we know the least about Dylan. Where we were surprised at who Helen is, I believe that we are going to get a total twist on what Dylan is. I have no idea who he could be or what, but I believe there's more to the story of who he is. Next, we have the final of our tempers. I call them the 4 tempers because my theory is that these 4 characters might represent the 4 tempers. I've got to do my research and actually research the scenes that they're in. The 4 tempers are dread, frolic. I wrote it down. Dread, frolic, woe, and malice. But anyway, moving on to Irving, the most loyal employee. He buys into the cult more than any other character. He even loves being punished by Lumen. That's how much he's into it. He seems to be some sort of veteran. His personality, his instinct is to follow orders. And down in Lumen, the only person he can take orders from is the corporation. They replace the military chain of command in that world, which is why he would be loyal to them. On the outside, it would appear that he's either part of the resistance against the severing, or he's some sort of investigator trying to bring them down from the inside. He seems to be spying on his other co-workers. He seems to have all sorts of dirt and information. And I want to point out that there's a point where he pulls out a clipping of a newspaper article of an older black gentleman who was suing Lumen because they lied to him about the nature of how he hurt himself while he was severed. He couldn't remember it. They lied to him. The injuries were worse than he thought. It is possible that Irving is employed by him as an investigator. Or my other theory is that that could be his gay lover, and that this man's life was ruined, or it caused the end of the relationship, and that's why he took the job late in life to join Lumen to find a way to bring them down. Another interesting thing about Irving is he goes to see Bert, and Bert's there with his husband or lover there, and that's not just some rando cameo guy. That's the dude from French. That's a real actor they cast as Bert's man. And so therefore, there's more to that story. It's going to be a love triangle. I'm loving it. It's adorable. This is good. This is good television. This is good television. Your Audi attends many social events at bars and likes to drink all night long. And your Audi likes to do that a lot. I mean a lot. I have a number you can call if you need it. Your Audi does not believe in showering. Your Audi was breastfed until the ripe age of 12. Your Audi has zero chill, and we cannot take them anywhere. Your Audi is very strong, and once slapped someone at an award show. Next, we go to the person we didn't think would have anything interesting to say, Harmony Cobell. And now what we can see from, and here's the thing, you gotta go back to her cult altar and slow it down or find YouTube conversations on it. When you break down what was on her altar, you don't catch it the first time. But it's clear that this woman is obsessed with her company that she works for. She'll do anything for them. Her altar shows a kind of a story. She's either worshiping Lumen or worshiping the destruction of Lumen. It's possible that she was raised in a Lumen orphanage. It's possible that her mother died, but her mother died from a defective breathing tube that was made by Lumen. She dies, she goes to an orphanage, she has a bad life. It's the Batman all over again. She's the Riddler. Mrs. Cobell is the Riddler. I just realized that. That is nuts. That is nuts. I honestly think that she's trying to bring down the company, and that's why she's fighting to keep her job. Not because she loves them so much. She pretends to love them. She is really working to destroy them, and I'm loving it. But there you go. That's my review and breakdown of Severance, only on Apple TV Plus. Guys, what did you think? What do you think of my stories? Are they cockamamie? Are they out of the box? Do they make any sense? Please let me know down in the comments. Remember to like, share, and subscribe so the Fat Mantis can keep doing his thing. And ciao for now.